Yes, it's time. It is time for our campaign in the Sky Bet Championship. My name is Kieran, aka Killerkizza HD, and welcome back to Killerkizza Stag. Season 5 is upon us. The Sky Bet Championship is here at Mansfield Town to start their season away at Reading at the Majesty Stadium. We will talk about transfers, we will talk about the pre-season, we will talk about some of the teams we'll be facing in the division this season, as well as what happened last season, as I actually completely forgot to show you all the other divisions. So let's get right into the episode. I'm going to get this over and done with very quickly so we can get straight to the transfers. Here is last season's Premier League table. If you want to pause it and have a look, there you go. Southampton, QPR and Burnley were playing us next season. Derby County, Swansea and Norwich went up to the Premier League. Barnsley, Millwall and Ipswich went down in the Championship. Pause if you want to read that. Obviously, we saw the League 1 table a lot last season, but here it is just in case you missed it. Here is the Sky Bet League 2 table from last season. Walsall, Carlisle, Fleetwood and Exeter to go up. Forest Green Rovers and Accrington Stanley go down.
Wouldn't it be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley? Accrington Stanley? Who are they? Exactly.
In the Vanarama Conference, Grimsby Town and Wrexham went up, with Tamworth, York City, Margate and Macclesfield Town going down. In the Vanarama Conference North, Barrow and Fylde went up, while Hyde, Solihull Moors and Skemmelsdale United went down. And in the South, Whitehawk and Hazen Yedding United went up, while Wealdstone, Cambridge City and Weston-super-Mare went down. In the Ligue 1 last season, PSG won the league, while Toulouse, FC Lorient and SM Cannes went down. In the Serie A, Juventus won the league, unsurprisingly really, while Lecce, Pescara Calcio and Tanana Calcio went down. In quite a shocking turn of events, Bayer Leverkusen won the Bundesliga last season, with Dortmund and Bayern Munich finishing second and third respectively, while Eintracht Frankfurt and Eintracht Braunschweig went down. Another twist in the tail for La Liga, or the Liga BBVA. Atletico Madrid won the league, FC Barcelona finished second, Real Madrid finished third, while Sporting Gijon, Getafe and Sidi Numancia went down. So that was a really quick recap. Sorry I forgot to put that into the last episode, but here we are going to speak about the transfers.
Transfers. Hey, transfers. Woo! Transfers.
We briefly spoke about Alan Skinner, the lad we signed from Telford United back in the end of the season last season. He's now gone straight out on loan to Killerkizza Harriers, hoping he can get some game time there. He looks decent enough to be one of our first team strikers in a few years if we stay in the Championship, but at the moment he's Vanarama Conference kind of ability, but at this current moment in time he will be dealing with it and Killerkizza Harriers are affiliates, and hopefully he does well, because I think he has some real talent. You know, obviously his finishing isn't the best, so I wanted to train up that. But if things don't go well, obviously we can make a profit on him. We sign him on a free. Obviously we can try and make a profit on him later in the game. Now we met Jose Garcia last season, just before the end of the season. Actually, we met him. He's actually really quite good. We signed him on a free transfer from CA Osasuna back in Spain in the Liga Adelante. His report looks fantastic. He's 3.5 star with potentially be 4. Decent player for Championship side, which is fantastic considering obviously we are a Championship side and we need to be staying up this season, which is great. I mean his physical is quite nice. Obviously you'd want more of his strength being an attacking midfielder, but he's more of a shadow striker, which I like because that's where I use Jack Thomas quite a lot. And then in terms of mental, we're looking quite good as well. That is Jose Garcia. Now you've met the two signings that we briefly spoke about in the last episode, but now we have to speak about the new boys. So obviously I told you that the board gave us like £1 million, £2 million in the window to spend, so I spent a bit of it. I won't lie, I was going to try and save it and get it all free transfers, but I have spent a bit of it. So I own our Bullet. I want to rename him to Bullet Club. Is that? I'm sorry I'm doing it. Bullet Club. I love it. His name is Bullet Club. He is a Turkish player, 8 under 21 caps. He looks decent. He's 4-star current ability as well as potential ability. Obviously that's great for us because we're looking to stay up for Championship this season. His physicals are lush. His mentals are great. 6 determination and 7 aggression. His aggression's a bit worrying, but I mean work rate, his determination looking good. He's got decent crossing ability as well for a midfielder. I'll probably use him as a maybe a winger. If not, I will push him as an attacking midfielder on the wing and support as well. He looks fantastic. I won't lie to you. We signed him for £200,000 from VfL Bochum in the Bundesliga 2, which is the second division. He looks good. So Bullet Club, he's in the team. So when looking for new players to go for, I went for a bit of experience because in the championship we have to try and stay up, and I feel like players who are a little bit older can chew to the youngins and then still at the same time play enough games to hopefully keep us up, and that's why Joel Lynch come in. Joel Lynch we signed for £9,000 from Huddersfield Town, who obviously I think did they get up to last season? No, they lost in the playoff, I'm assuming. They lost in the playoffs because I remember, oh yes, because Shrewsbury snuck it in the last day of the season, didn't they? So we signed him for 9k. His report says he's a 3.5 star. He's potentially to be a decent player for most Sky Bet Championship, which is fantastic. I mean, we've got some real talent here. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, obviously I would have won better, but his physicals are fantastic. They're really evened out. You know, his mentals are really good. His mentals are fantastic. His tackling is 12 and everything like that. He's looking really solid. He's got 5 international caps for the Wales national side as well. We've played him in pre-season, and obviously he only got like a few games, but let's not really speak about pre-season because it all matters when in the league. And here is another defender, Lewin Nyatanga. I feel like, yeah, former Barnsley player. We signed him for free transfer. He was going for free. I was like, okay, right, I'm going to pick him up. 3-star, kind of ability and potential. He says decent level for most Sky Bet League 1 sides, which I'm okay with because at the end of the day, although he isn't that great, he's going to be playing a lot of games. I feel like he's a championship level defender. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the game's lying here. I feel like he's a championship level defender. His stats are fantastic. I'm not going to lie to you. In some places, I actually feel he's better than the previous defender we spoke about. I actually feel like he's actually quite good. I'm just looking forward to showing this 30 years old again, which means more experience in the side, which is great. And I'm hoping he can keep us up this season. I've been looking for a goalkeeper, and I feel like this signing may not have been the best idea because £33,000 for a Serie B keeper, Kievo Verona we signed him from. But I'm not going to lie to you, he looks okay. Decent play for most Sky Bet, which I'm hoping the defence can save him from that. In terms of goalkeeper, obviously, you look for the stats like agility, you look for aerial reach, you look for first touch, nothing like that, handling, kicking one-on-ones, all that. He looks decent, he looks championship material. I'm just hoping he has a good season. I mean, if not, Mark Howard will jump in. Obviously, we've still got Marky Howard here in the side with us. Just hopefully this guy can do the job. I'm not too sure. I need to be sold on Simone Moshin. And this is our final signing, a left back. We've brought a left back in. Now, we signed Will Wood. I mean, Will Wood looks like a really solid defender for this league. His career stats, we signed a 10k from Saints Southampton. He says decent level most League 1, but he's our best defender. Best left back anyway. He looks really good. I'm not going to lie to you. At the start of this save, I really didn't like the limited fullback role, but it's selling me. And as you can tell, I've bought another limited fullback, 13 marking, 13 tackling, 18 determination, 16 strength. This guy looks absolutely fantastic, but the one problem I have with him, the one issue that I have with him is that he cannot convert to a fullback. So I will be training him as a fullback. I feel like even though it says he's not that great a fullback, I think he actually can do the job. And although I've been sold on the limited fullback role, I will be training him more as a fullback myself. Now this is where we start looking at loan signings. I've brought in Jonatas Centino, I think his name is. We went on a loan from Sheffield at Wednesday. He's not actually played a game for Wednesday. We got on loan to Cambridge United, Wycombe Wanderers and Pacos de Ferreira in the Premier Liga in Portugal. He's got 3.5 star ability with potentially 5-star potential ability. He's a right midfielder. He's basically back up for Bullet Club, but he can also be switch around with Billy Waters as well. He's very well suited to Championship football, which is fantastic. If you look here, he could potentially be a wing back, but for me, it's around this ring. It's down this winger side here. He's looking to be a winger. Look at the tash. Yes, look at it. Bring it in. Like, breathe it in. Come on. Look at it. Look how good that blue moustache looks. I'm not going to lie to you here. I brought this guy in, Maxims Killerkizza, for the moustache. And when I brought him in here from Dynamo Bucharesti in League 1, I think it's Romanian league, it is, we brought him in on a loan. I brought him in for the tash. I brought him in for the moustache. I'm not going to lie to you. But once looking at him fully, guy looks absolutely great. He's a backup right midfield and right back for Ethan Wedderburn, who is back at the club. And we bring him in basically for backup. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, I did get a future fee involved, 250k. Look at his report here, 4-star potential ability with 5, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, he could be a Premier League right back in the future if we get there in time. But my God, does he look decent? But I'm sorry. I'm going to go touch it again. We're going to zoom in. Look at the tash. As I just mentioned, Ethan Wedderburn is back at the club from Tottenham on another loan deal for the season. Obviously, a 6.91 average rating. I was considering leaving it and letting Maximum Killerkizza do the deal, but I think this is a great deal for us because for Ethan Wedderburn himself actually is decent, and it's a shame that he's a Tottenham player because you know how I feel about Tottenham. But his physicals are fantastic. His physicals are so lush. I want to do his teamwork and concentration a bit. I want to train that up. But apart from that, he's quite good. But he's not the only lone player we have returned for another season. We've brought back Vashon Neufield from West Ham United for another season after a 6.74, which isn't the best. He didn't get enough game time after injuries as well. He's back. He's a limited fullback once again. Stamina 12, strength 12, blah, blah, blah. He's very well rounded in stats for a player in the Championship. He is good. It says well suited for League One football. I feel like he is good. But we do have one more returning loanee, and you know who it is. Let's just go right to him. Look, I'm not even funny. Let's just go. Look at, there he is. Thierry Ambrose is back again. Now let me just show you this really quickly. We got a future fee. He is back, and this time we can purchase him after 2 decent seasons. Obviously he got injured in League One. Getting 21 games, 9 goals. Still got a over 7 average rating, and obviously the season before in League 2, 7.32 with 28 games, 28 goals. He looks lovely. Nathan Duff has overtaken him. It says decent for League 1. Don't believe him. I don't believe him for a second. This guy looks wicked, and we know what he can do. And if we can purchase him on a free transfer, sorry, not for a free transfer, for 250k at the end of the season, I'm doing it. I am purchasing him. He is a mainstay in this series. I think he's actually like a favorite personnel in the club as well, which is fantastic as well, because the fans love him, and I love him. Thierry Ambrose, welcome back. So they were the ins, of course, just obviously without Thierry Ambrose, Vashon Neufield, and Wedderburn there. Now you're seeing a few outs here. Jermaine Hilton has left the club for 1.1k. He's gone to Bristol Rovers after 2 meh-ish seasons, I guess you could say. First season, 3 goals, 9 games, which isn't too bad. Then last season he got 9 and 20, which obviously isn't too bad. He scored that goal against Wickham that almost won us promotion, which is fantastic for him. But he's off to Bristol Rovers in the Sky Bet League 2. I think it's good for him. I mean, at the end of the day, he was just a backup option, and he played well for when I needed him, apart from a couple of times. So see you later, Hilton. We also think about Stephen Hewitt, the non-league Yaya Toure. He's gone off on a free transfer now. Obviously, we loaned to Barnet last season. He wanted game time. I gave him to it. What? That's not even English. I gave him game time. I'm alone at Barnet. He's gone. I'm sad about it, but he's gone. And then we go to the big one. Reggie Lambchops has left the flipping club. I'm not happy about this one, but it had to be done. He's not Championship material at all. He's Vanamama Conference material. He's gone. I'm sad about it. Who's he wanted by the way? I want to have a look who's wanted by. He's wanted by Woe. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lammy boy. Any other transfers there? In the free transfer section, I don't think anyone stands out. Ryan Harder, another guy we brought in on a free transfer, didn't do the best. Martipan has left as well, and so as well as Tom Naylor. Tom Naylor's gone on a free transfer to Halifax Town, the Vanamama Conference, so that's quite a drop for him, and I think he could do well. And obviously, Marzipan, another free transfer of the club. Marzipan, a guy who played a lot of games for us in the first couple of seasons with us, and then kind of dropped off after Wedderburn kind of took his place in the side. He's gone to League 2 again with Crown Alexandra, and I hope he does well. That is all the ins and outs. Obviously, we've got a few loans. Russell Young is one of our best young prospects here at Mansfield Town. He's got a potential to be a 5-star if we can work him nicely. He's gone out on loan to Killerkizza, the Harriers, hoping he gets game time. He had a decent season for Maidstone United in the Vanamama Conference South last year. His report looks quite good for a striker as well. I'm hoping he does well. We've also got Jamie Ball, the lad we signed over. I can't remember who we signed him from. Was it Worcester? I think it was. Let's have a look on the history. Worcester. It was. I'm hoping he does well because, you know, this is a mistake signing. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a mistake to sign him. I think we went for money as well, which is bad. Like 8.5k. Hopefully we can make a bit of profit on him. I doubt it. It's one of those signings that I like. It's a bit of a mistake. Obviously, the tactic we are rolling with is the same as per usual. I'm dropping it to standard now, actually. I forgot to do that. We do have a new formation. It's a 4-1-3-1-1 with DMs. Now, we're still rolling with the same formation here in the Championship with 4-2-3-1. But I did change a couple of things. We're now using a 4-2-3-1 with DMs. Now, I will be using this away from home, especially away from home. Counter, we've got 2 DMs, which is fantastic for us. I think we need to stay back, and then we're going to use a target man or a poacher to a potential. It depends what happens up here. We're going to use a target man or a poacher. We've got retained possession, short passing, play out defense, close down more, stick to positions, much deeper defensive line, and low tempo with low crosses as well, so we can get the ball whipped in to Ambrose. We're also playing with structured line as well. So I feel like we need to be structuring this division because it's going to be a tough ask. But here is the first game of the season in the Sky Bet Championship. I cannot wait. I'm not going to lie to you. I cannot wait to see what goes down in this season. Reading versus Mansfield Town, Majeski Stadium. First game in the Championship. Can we pick up a vital win while my phone goes off? The championship campaign for Mansfield Town is underway in the Majestic Stadium. It is Reading versus Mansfield Town in the championship. Can we pick up vital 3 points here today with what the fuck is this colour? It's like brown and baby blue. That is a weird colour scheme as Reading hold on to the ball here. That's Sam Vokes. What a tackle by Will Wood. Donovan Daniels on his right hand side. We've had possession. That's all I need at the moment, but then they're probably going to score. Nick Blackman on the ball now. Puts it down the right left hand side to Sal. Not a better. Don't call him. Don't call him. What? What? How has he scored that on his debut? It's Reading 1, Mansfield Town 0, and Saul, better call Saul, has just scored a cross in the championship on his debut. First of all, Reading, your pitch is absolutely disgusting. It's like a pixelated mess. How has that gone in? How has that gone in? Off the post and in. The keeper should be doing better. The curl on that ball while Sal does the Balotelli thing. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that. 1-0 Reading. Corner. Taylor whips it in. Pennington. What? Oh, Bullet Club. Penalty to Reading. I don't know why it's a penalty, but it's a penalty. Reading are going to go 2-0 up here. Number 6 will be taking it. Shane Long versus Michonne from The Walking Dead. Will we have a set? You know what? Make yourself a hero, Michonne. Go on, make yourself a hero. You can't make yourself a hero. Shane Long 2-0 Reading. God damn it. So the first half is done and we are losing 2-0. First of all, I'm going to take off De Francesco and bring on Jack Thomas as a box-to-box midfielder. I'm also, risky move here, I'm going to pull up Benning and Bullet Club, and I'm also going to take Benning off and bring Calero. Risky business in the championship here, and why not? You know what? Why not? We need to be going for this game now. We're 2-0 down. I forgot to do the flipping team talk again. God damn it. Why do I keep on doing that? Luke Maxwell has got a tackle in here. He puts it on the right-hand side to Bullet Club. Can he find the ball to Ambrose? He does. Ambrose has got options. He gets to even Calero, who's just come on off the bench, to Jackie Boy Thomas, and Ben Amos saves it. Okay, great. We've actually had a lot more shots in the second half. Maybe going counter away from home wasn't the best idea. Well, actually, do you know what? That's always the good idea. But maybe Reading not that good of a side. I'm just scared of what's going to happen in the championship, and maybe I'm just like misjudging teams a lot more because we're in the championship. I'm going to make my last change in the game actually while we're here. What I'm going to do is take off Will Wood, who's not had the best game, and bring on Lewin and Niatanga. Will Wood, obviously not the best debut in the world for him. 2-0 down already. Let's bring on a defender and maybe make it 3-0 to Reading because I'm an idiot. Here's Williams in the midfield. I think it's that American Williams. I think it's Daniel Williams, isn't it? The Reading guy. Cool. So, oh yeah, Blackman, 3-0 Reading. And this is not the start we wanted in the championship. It's Nick Blackman. It's Reading 3, Mansfield Town 0. And that leaves us in 23rd position after I think Plymouth are losing a bit heavier. Aaron Cole puts it down his right-hand side on the shit pitch that is Majestic Stadium. Oya whips it in. And Blackman knocks it in on the volley to make it Mansfield Town losing 3-0 away from home. So it's Reading 3, Mansfield Town 0. And there it is then, it's full time. Reading 3, Mansfield Town 0. Not the start we wanted. I'm going to aggressively say I'm far from pleased with that. It wasn't the game we wanted to start the season off with. But obviously we are just preparing to avoid relegation. Nick Blackman got player of the match here. Our best player was Matthew Willock with a 7.2 average rating. What are the other results then? Wow. No wonder we're not bottom. Plymouth lost 5-0 at home against Hull City. That's crazy. Sheffield United beat Leeds 4-2. So here is the table after the first game of the season. Max Clayton got a hat-trick for Sheffield United in the first game, while Chris McGuire got a brace. A 9.5 on your first game of the season. It's ridiculous. Larnell Cole with the most assists. So here is the league table. Hull City up top with Wigan and all the other teams here. And while we are 23rd in the league after one game, don't worry. I'm sure we can avoid relegation. I hope we can avoid relegation. I'm not going to guarantee it like we did with promotion last year. But obviously, that'd be great. So the next game I'm going to do is the first game of the transfer window, which is going to be a game against Leeds United at home in a very big game because Leeds United are a big club. And Manchester United fans and all other fans do not laugh at that. So in between, we have an away game against Burton Albion in the Capital One Cup. We have a home game against Wigan, away at Borough, at home against Sheffield United, and away at Burnley, who are relegated. It's going to be a tough couple of games here in Killerkizza. So I hope you enjoyed our first day of the season in the championship. If you did, leave a like, and if you didn't, tell me why in the comments down below. And I will see you all very soon for another episode of Killerkizza Foot Manager 2016.